G'day chaps, and welcome to Interloper. I have been really looking forward to this, and we are Interloper. Let's just call it Interloper. It's tough stuff. It's really tough stuff. I've played one game on the test build on Interloper, and I kind of started one today. Just to see if I could survive the first sort of bit. The hardest bit is right at the beginning, but then I thought, right, we can probably play it together and that will be more fun. So here we are. Most important thing, of course, is going to be finding out where we are. Now we start with nothing. We haven't even got anything to start a fire. No matches, and actually matches are going to be our biggest priority by far. So we're at a waterfall. Food is also a problem, so I'm going to grab cattails anywhere and everywhere I can. And I have a sneaking suspicion that this might be Pleasant Valley. I believe it may be. So obviously, because we have nothing in the way of clothing, nothing in the way of matches, nothing in the way of anything, priority really has to be some sort of shelter where we are above 0. And we're going to do the old sticky picky uppy thing. But this all has to be extremely quick, so I still don't know where exactly I am right now. Oh, it's not that cold. It's only -6. That's very different from my last game. The last one I started by myself, it was -35 in the beginning. So yes, it is definitely Pleasant Valley. And it's, if I remember correctly, we're on the east. Is that correct? We're on the far side anyway, the far side of Pleasant Valley, the bit where there aren't really any buildings, I think. And I think there's a bear that likes to patrol around here. Now in the fixes I saw that, not the fixes, the update, the details of this update, I saw that there are fewer wolves in this, but the wolves are more deadly. So that's interesting. Okay, wood. Firewood is good. Dog food is actually good. Any kind of food is good. It's extremely rare in the game now. I don't know if any of you have played Interloper yet, but it is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. And I love it. It's exactly the kind of challenge that I was looking for. Because the long dark had become too easy, and you know how much I love it. So this is spectacular. No rifle. No. I don't think you have hatchets or knives either. You have to craft everything you want in the game now. So you can find the hacksaw. You can still find the. There used to be wolves around here. Okay, I'm kind of getting my bearings now. We kind of need to go back that way, the way I'm looking, and then we'll get to the farmhouse. There are not in Stalker. There are wolves around this bit, and I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get this any meat off this deer because we haven't got any kind of weapons. So we're going to have to turn around. We're going to have to. Nope, can't do anything. Okay, so we're going to have to head back this way. We're going to have to head towards the barn. So, not too bad a start. Starting in locations like the last start I did by myself was Timberwolf Mountain. That was brutal. I couldn't even stay in the cave, it was too cold. So that presented a real problem. So I started, I made my way up to the cave. Got to the cave, it was still too cold. so I had to run down to the mountaineering hut and just escape to Wolf Mountain. Basically, I headed for Pleasant Valley, and that was as far as I got. Okay, so it was temperatures dropping -8. If you haven't read the notes about Interloper, it will get progressively more difficult. As well as being extremely hard to start with, it also gets progressively harder. So as time goes on, the weather gets worse, it gets stormier, it also gets colder. So the game becomes more and more challenging as time goes on top of being extremely difficult to begin with, which I love. I think that's great. It's exactly what the Long Dark needed. It was too easy. It was just too easy before. I mean, admittedly, I have played a lot. I've played 400 odd hours now, so I think I can call myself fairly experienced. I know the game world inside out, and yeah, having this level of difficulty really has made it. And every time they do an update, it makes the game interesting again, which is just fantastic. And I feel like I've got way more than $20 worth of value out of this game. Way more, way more. And I'm not going to mention No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I'm just going to see on the off chance that there's anything in here. I'm not going to be able to get in there. That's locked. Ooh, biscuits. Crackers. Nah, nothing else. Okay. Good enough. And just before we start getting to hypothermia, we get to go. There we go. Just on time. Perfect. And we still have enough daylight to look around. Hopefully we get some clothing, because we start literally with nothing. We've just thermal undies, jeans, normal runners. Not much at all. So we're +5. We're warm enough in here, so we don't need to worry about that. So we'll have to do a fire in here. We're going to have to cook up some water. Book will help. So I'm looking for wood now, any kind of wood. Granola bar. Sneakily hidden away. This is also a really good place to get cloth and repair clothes, because we can take the curtains down. Excuse me. If my voice is slightly more quiet than usual, that's because I am halfway through a very large glass of wine. So today was actually a national holiday in Victoria, the state of Victoria in Australia. Ooh, can't open that, that's useful. And it's purely for a lot of dog food, for the grand final. So Aussies, and especially Victorians, love Aussie rules football. And they actually declare a national holiday in Victoria for the grand final. It's quite a spectacular thing. There's another day off as well in Victoria for the horse race that they have here. And I don't really care for Australian rules football, but I do appreciate the day off, I've got to say. And that means we've got a long weekend. So it's actually Friday, but it feels like Saturday. And then I get to record some videos for you, and then tomorrow we get to go away for the weekend. Myself and my wife, we're going to go exploring to one of our favourite spots in Victoria, down near the coast. This is just me grabbing some cloth. I'm just going to have another quick look around before the light runs out. We haven't got any kind of light source, remember. Select vest, that's good. Wear that too. Let's just see what we see. Really need matches. We haven't even got that. We've got nothing. Literally nothing. Without matches, we're not going to be able to do diddly shit. So, Books are great because they massively increase your chances of starting fires. They're almost as good as the not the fire starters, the accelerators. Getting a bit dark, a bit hard to see. Let's see what we find upstairs. So I really want clothes. If we can't find any matches, it's not too bad yet because we are drinking toilet water. And that's enough to keep us alive. We could sleep here. We're gonna have to stay here overnight. If we're not tired enough, we can break down things like this chair. It just means we're going to be walking around in the dark, but that's okay. This is not the hardest start by any means. It's actually quite a soft start. So this is probably easier than the other two Interloper starts that I've had so far. Actually, by a long shot, this is way easier. Just because we started so close to a building with so much in it. And you might think, oh, there's not that much in it, but compared to what actually exists in the rest of our sewing kit, that's huge. In the rest of the world, there really is a lot. Because Interloper really dials down the amount of stuff that you can find. So I hope this is all clear for you and you can still see it. It's getting really dark for me too, so I appreciate you might be able to really see much, but neither can I. Some kind of clothing, come on, no. This is how brutal it is. So we're going to check this. That is actually pretty cool. So that's the better hat once you've repaired it. So let's break this down. Now we're going to run out of daylight, which means that we can't do any repairing. So I'm just going to, hopefully we can still see something. And I'm going to try and let us get as tired as we can. Just break down all these curtains. And I'm doing this because cloth really isn't that plentiful. Can I get the other one? No, there's no... Oh yeah, there it was. There it is, there it is. And the storm comes in. What are the chances? Okay, so... I'm just gonna... Let's see what we can do while it's dark out. So I'm basically killing time, just gathering stuff. And I hope you're not too sick of the long dark. I know I cover it a lot. But I just find that there's been a lot to cover, really. Oops. Ooh, took some damage for that. Let's have a quick drink. So we're actually really good for food right now. How are we doing? Okay. I'm tempted to sleep just to kind of... I guess we're too early still. Let's eat some more nasty dog food. So this is it's just killing time. This is just getting past this sort of first stage. It's really soft start. And before we begin, we'll of course we'll go and check the basement. You may not be able to, I guess, but I can still just about make out where we are and what we're doing. So I think I'll break down one more chair or something. There it is. Break this down, that kills another 2 hours. I'm just trying to get tired enough, really. Okay, and then we'll go sleep. Where's the freaking exit? Okay. So Hinterland, there were complaints that it was too dark before and you couldn't see anything at all. And that was true. And now it's better. So you can still at least just make out the barest of stuff. Okay, so let's bed down for, let's go for 7. Hopefully that takes us through to daylight. There we go. Okay, let's have a bit of brekkie. May as well eat what we have. It's just a general habit. Keep our weight down, keep our stats up. Okay, that's as good as we're going to get. And let's see if we can repair our stuff before we get going. Particularly important. We want to make sure we're as warm as we can be before we step outside, because you just know it's going to be utterly brutal. And the optimum time to set outside is usually around the 7 hours mark, so around 7 hours of daylight left. Right now we're at 10, which means it's going to be too cold. So I'm going to kill a little bit more time. Okay. So let's sleep 1 more hour and then try and grab some more cloth, see how much more cloth we have. Down to 8 hours. We're getting to just about the right point. Drink. I'm going to save those crackers for like emergency backup. 20 cloth, that's quite a lot actually. Maybe I won't bother with collecting any more. Pretty sure there's nothing else in here. Let's go check the basement and then we'll head off. And of course I'm going to head for the radio control hut, hoping that there's something there for us, especially matches. We still can't start a fire, and until we can start a fire, you know, we're done. We just have no chance at all. So matches are #1 priority right now. That's the only thing we really care about. And I reckon the radio control hut. Oh, speak of the devil. There's 12. Okay, so things have just changed. I wasn't expecting to find those whatsoever, but that's made life way, way easier. Now I guess I'm looking for some kind of self-defense. So a flare would be fantastic if we can't have a... Ooh, interesting. So the heavy hammer, this is very rare now. Very rare, but that means that we can go to Desolation Point and craft ourselves a knife and a hatchet. The arrowheads, thermal undies are useless. We already have better ones. We should actually probably get some bandages together before we head out. What else is there? Nothing. Okay, so let's just rip up a little bit of cloth. 2's probably fine. We're coming up to the 20-minute mark, but I might extend this just a little because we haven't really done very much yet. So I might just go a little bit longer, head up to the radio control hut, wait till we actually make it or not first. The other thing we could do with finding is petrol, because a gas canister would mean that we could craft torches, and in the absence of flares, torches are the next best thing. So it's -11, which is actually not that bad. We've got a bit of a way to go, so I'm going to sacrifice tiredness. for cold, because we're going to get colder faster than we are sleepy. So we're going to leg it. Leg it, mate. And of course we're going to pick up those juicy sticks as we go. We'll check the car briefly. Unlikely we'll find anything, but it's always worth a shot. Trunk is open. Tinder. Anything in the front? No. Glove box? No. I'll leave the hood up just to show that we've checked it already. And then I'm going to take this route up the side of the mountain. It is more dangerous because we're more likely to run into a wolf or a bear. But it is way quicker. Way quicker. And we're going to get cold pretty quick, so we have no choice. So food is going to start becoming a problem really soon. Hence we are heading towards the radio control hut, and from there we're going to go to Mystery Lake. Mystery Lake has by far the largest food source, and that food source is cattails. You can actually find a shit ton of cattails. Timberwolf Mountain actually has tons as well, but Mystery Lake has a lot. I can see. I'm going to go for the. We need some kind of disinfectant because we not disinfectant. We have some kind of painkiller because we don't have any kind of painkillers. We're going to use rose hips, and this is actually a major stash right here. So we're going to collect all of these. There are 2 more bushes up by the radio control hut as well. I feel this has been a pretty soft start, to be honest. It hasn't felt too painful at all. Compared to, the other starts I've had on Interloper were just brutal. Like clinging to life. You know, down to 30%, 30-40% before you even found any matches. Brutal starts. But, this is just a long dark. It's a game of chance as much as anything. And as I said, as I thought, we're getting very, very cold, very, very quickly. The cold really is the biggest enemy at the beginning until we find some kind of clothing. So we soldier on. No means of defense whatsoever. I love this animation. Look at that. I've actually never seen this before. I'm tempted to light a match just to see. Great animation with the hands.
Can't feel my feet.
But nah. No kind of weapons. I love the they made a change to the decoy system, which I think is very cool and it just makes sense, and it's what people were asking for. So wolves only respond to wolves and bears, I guess. Only respond to any kind of meat-based decoy, which makes sense. So guts or meat or flesh. I don't know if it includes skins as well. Maybe I don't know. But definitely guts. And when you drop a decoy, it will drop the one in the worst condition first, which is logical. That's exactly what you do. So it seems that dropping decoys is actually perhaps worth doing now. I never would have done it before. Never. I never used it as a tactic, even if there was a wolf that was going to attack me, because it just wasn't very well done. You would drop something random and then the wolf would ignore it, but given the fact that we're going to have no weapons, it's something that we're going to have to do. So, just another smart, logical fix that the guys at Hinterland have done. I'm just going to pick up these rose hips before I head inside. So, all is good so far. Not too scary, not too brutal. I'm surprised. I thought it would have been way worse than this, but this is just the luck of the draw. I'm going to pause it here, and then next time you can see what we find inside the radio control hut together, and then we'll head over to Mystery Lake. Till next time, I'll see you in the long dark. Ciao for now.